Welcome back to Mountain Bike UK. This is part 2 of our mini-series where we pair up the different types of mountain biking against each other. Last year we paired up cross-country against Enduro mountain biking, and the winner in my eyes was Enduro. Today we'll be looking at Enduro versus downhill mountain biking. So, as always, let's start with the information on both sports, and then I will give my opinion afterwards. So, downhill mountain biking is an extreme sport in which riders take on some of the toughest trails in the whole of mountain biking. As the trails are so tough, the bikes must be just as strong, if not stronger. The bikes can have a range of suspension depending on the rider. Usually the bike has around 200mm to 220mm travel on the front. All downhill bikes have a rear shock to absorb the big drops and stick to the roots better. This is usually about 8.5 inches long with a 2.5 inch stroke. The stroke is the amount the shock can physically compress. The geometry of the bikes is also very laid back so that you can get as much weight over the back wheel as physically possible. Okay, so some of the advantages is pretty much downhill is best for people who are incredibly fearless and have pretty much balls of steel. It's also great for people who don't like to climb to the top of the trails because you can just get a uplift up to the top, like a ski lift if you've got one, or just a van up. But some of the disadvantages for people who feel less confident on the bike, this is not for you, because if you even hesitate on these trails, it can result in a crash. Also, the bikes you use can be very limited to their ability, as it cannot be used to climb to the top of trails, and usually heavier than usual, so they can carry momentum down the trail. So not your bike that you want for a mix of everything. As we have already covered enduro riding, this will be very brief. I highly suggest you watch the previous video if you want to learn more. But basically, enduro riding is a version of mountain biking where you'll do very harsh climbing and then shred the downhill courses designed to be a mix between downhill and cross country. My personal opinion is quite divided, as I think enduro is great, but I do not like the climbing, whereas downhill doesn't have the climbing, but I don't have the balls to do downhill. So overall, they both get a point, which means that enduro riding has 2 points, cross country has 0, and downhill has 1. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this or found it helpful, leave a like, comment and subscribe. It helps us so much. You don't understand how much it helps. So thanks for watching. Check out the next video on this mini series and check the previous. Goodbye.